Hello there. So today I'm heading to a railway heritage centre in between Patna and Domellington in East Ayrshire. I'm going to be doing a test today, another test between the DJI FPV and the DJI Mini 2. So let's get going. My last video was a comparative test between the DJI Mini 2 and the DJI FPV, and I was testing the cinematic features of each drone and comparing them. So what I thought I'd do today is I'd do a comparison with the FPV attributes of each of the drones. So I've come out to the Dunaskin, the Doon Valley Railway Heritage Centre here, which is closed at the moment, so I can't go beyond this gate. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Lassie and Laddie up, and I'm going to fly them as close as I can, as usual, on the same path, up and around the two towers there, the two chimneys. I'll probably do a couple of figure of eights around both chimneys, and then if you look, and I don't know how far you'll be able to see it there, I'm going to bring them both down and fly them through the top section of that wee kind of metal frame there. Now I'll be flying Laddie in normal mode, and I'll be flying Lassie in normal mode as well. I could put Lassie into sports mode and that will probably make them about the same speed, but I feel if I'm going to be doing kind of tight manoeuvres with Lassie, I want her in normal speed just to make sure everything's safe and okay. Now a quick wee word before we start about Litchi and how this, I was really looking forward to getting Litchi and using Lassie, my Mini 2, DJI Mini 2 drone, by setting waypoints. And this would have been a perfect time to set waypoints around those towers, and that way I could have had exactly the same flight on both drones, and the comparison would have been really good. Unfortunately, the Litchi app or the DJI, one or the other, haven't made this available on iOS yet, and I use an iPhone and an iPad. So for all you lucky Android users out there, congratulations, and you can use waypoints. You can use the other wee things like follow me and auto track, which I think are gimmicks, and they're not really, after you've used them a couple of times, that'll be about it. I'm willing to be proven wrong on that, of course. But the waypoints, I think, for me, I would have found quite useful. Anyway, because I can't use waypoints, I'll be flying both of these drones manually. The flight paths won't be identical, but I'll get them as close as I can, as usual. I'm usually not bad at getting them fairly close. So that's what we're going to do, up and around those two chimneys, a couple of figure eights round, down a low flight, and then through that wee gap there. So let's get Lassie and Laddie up in the air. there you go. I hope you found that useful. It will allow you to, if you're thinking about maybe upgrading to your DJI Mini to an Air 2S or the Mavic 3 or maybe even a DJI, at least this way it'll let you see what the FPV is like on the DJI Mini 2. And if you're thinking about getting the DJI FPV, you might think, oh, I don't really need it, because the Mini 2 can do fairly good FPV stuff too. Okay, so that's it. Give us a thumbs up if you liked that, and I'm out of here.